Morning, my love.
Afternoon.
Get knotted. Hi. I was going to have a day off. Shocker. I'm on the screens. Throw the intro. I'll tell you what I'm doing. Hi, welcome to the channel. If you haven't been here before, my name is Langers. Looking around my desk, you can probably figure out I am the Scruffy trader. And over the last week or so, I've been trading the DAX, kind of trying to put trading in the real world, show you a little bit about what I do, and responding to some comments. Well, yesterday I made a video basically responding to a comment that came in across the weekend, and well, let's just say I might have had a great weekend, but I didn't have a great night last night. But so if they don't like the fact that I disagree, that is up to them, because I'm not bothered if people disagree with me. Really not. Yeah, I have a rant about it from time to time, but just have a coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee, and pay it no mind. Rants to me are just a little bit of therapy. You know, I'll get something off my chest, it's a bit of fun, and that's what life should be, fun. So if you're getting uptight about what I do, don't watch it, and certainly don't email me abuse. That's just stupid. You know, and it says more about your character than anything else. So I'm going to draw a line under that. I'm not going to grace them with letting people know who they are or even their emails, because they're not worth the hassle. So I'm going to enjoy the coffee. I'm going to enjoy the profits that I made this morning, because I traded the DAX again. I'll show you that later on, you can see it. It was a tough trade today, and I could have got it wrong badly, because I had a 50 pip stop loss on it, because anybody who watches me knows I like to let a trade breathe, and if you look at the videos I explain why I do that. I don't go for the normal risk reward. I look at a chart, I pick a direction, and I have belief in that direction, then I make a physical choice myself whether I'm wrong, and then I also have a hard choice that makes that decision for me, and today it was set at 50. The market ran away 46 pips on me before it decided to turn around. It went in a little bit quicker than I anticipated this morning, but the premise of the rotation was still correct, and it paid me. So when I get stupid comments like I did last week, it won't do anything. I trade my way. I don't ask anybody to trade how I trade. If you want to see it, fine, you'll find it in the Scruffy squad and one thing and another, because those guys are there supporting me, so I support them. Simple as that. And human nature, I really just don't get it. At times I really don't. Generational thing maybe. But anyway, let me play the trade that I've done. I wasn't going to be trading anything else today, because like I said, I was supposed to be having a day off. I had a spectacular week last week, and I was going to take a few days off, simply because if you don't need to trade, don't trade, because the more you're in the market, the more you'll put yourself at risk, and you hear me say that on a number of occasions. But sometimes I like a challenge as well, and I also did the morning call this morning where I had a look through some of the markets that I had an eye on and what I was looking at, and one of them happened to be cable, so I'm looking at that as well. But let me play the trades, and then I'll come back to you and I'll talk to you a little bit more about risk and why I do what I do. Okay, I'll see you on the other side. Okay guys, I've come back on the DAX again today. I was actually having today off. Gonna have today and tomorrow off with the weather being quite nice. However, I did a video. Look what's behind me. Look what's, say that. She always wanders around with no clothes on. Bloody hell. Wait. You're going to get the coffee? Fantastic. She's going to get a coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes a coffee, and she's wandering with no clothes on. Please tell me how today it can get any better. Well, it can, because I can poke it in the eye to the trolleys and one thing and another yet again. Yesterday I did a kind of an odd video, and I wasn't going to do that either, because I kind of finished off last week spectacularly. And part of the video yesterday I was saying, don't trade unless you have to. This week I don't have to. I had a spectacular week last week, and the part of that is, if you're having a great week, just take your foot off the gas. Don't sort of put yourself at risk too much if you don't have to. I do have trades in the wings, because all I'll be doing is just monitoring this little bad boy here, which, as you can see, is trucking along quite nicely. You know, and I've been in this a while, so I'm not overly worried about trading too much. I just want to get that onto there, and once it's on there and it's following the pivots and it's looking pretty fine to get there, it's opened up below the pivot, there's a high probability it's going to get there, but I want it to get here, and that'll close off the next position. And then I've got a bigger target down here. So over the period of the next couple of weeks, I'm pretty good. You know, I've got no worries. But getting back to this DAX, I did it all last week, and I got an odd comment on Friday, and I kind of thought I would just trade it to just be a bit awkward, to be honest. And anyway, sure enough, shouldn't have opened my big mouth about the trolleys, because I didn't have any over the weekend, but bugger me, did I get them this morning. They were straight in, having a go at that video, and so I thought, sod it, I'll trade it again, just out of curiosity, to see if I could keep the streak running. And the setup is coming in right now, so bear with me. What I'm doing is I'm just putting some orders in out of the noise, and then I'll put the targets in. It's got to be a bit quick because it is 7 o'clock and the markets are just open, so it has a tendency to spike. But I want the market to come to me, which is why I am putting the orders quite a little bit out the way. And I wanted to get down onto this black line, as you saw on the 5-minute chart there. And what that line is, just while the market is away from me, is down onto this structure point. Okay, that's what I want. I want to get the orders onto there. Oh, we're in. Okay, so let's pull these targets up. 17. 24. Want it about 10. There's not a lot of movement on this one today, guys. There we go. Right, reset. Simple as that. All right, dead easy. And there we go. So we're in.
It slammed in a bit quicker than I thought, but it's just the way the world works. And hopefully this will be over relatively quickly. But we're about to find out. Anyway, as I was saying yesterday, I did a video basically in response to an odd comment. And I'll never understand people. I really won't. We all trade different. You know, I never ask anybody to do it my way, and I certainly don't do it their way. But I don't actually go into videos and just sort of send nasty emails to the creator or dislike them. If I don't dislike it, I just switch it off and watch somebody else. Simple as that. You know, but it doesn't seem to work like that. The world and its dog seems to have a grievance about everything. And then they're straight in. Wow. But anyway, let them live their lives because I'm going to live mine. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to let this run out and I'm going to prepare for the morning call because I need to get that ready for the guys and hopefully have it up before 9 o'clock this morning for them. And we'll take it from there.
Okay guys, so there's 1.5 well executed trades. Why did I say 1.5? Well, cable went perfectly. Called it out for the morning watch this morning, and I thought it was only fair that I should trade it and kind of put my money where my mouth is. Did exactly what I wanted it to do, and it also my favourite kind of setup, zone to zone, pretty much what you see me do every day. The DAX on the other hand has been a bit of an experiment, and I do trade it regular, and you've seen that in the past as well, but I don't normally do the rotation that early on in a morning. I just kind of wanted to prove a point, and I think I've done it. But within it, it also raised a very good question about how I manage trades and risk. See, I look at risk a lot different to the way most people do, and I'll do a video solely on the subject of the entry and the way that I hold a couple of parts of the position back so I can enter if something goes wrong. But I do have a rule set for that as well. So it's not a martingale system, it's kind of averaging into a position but leaving the stop in the same place. I'll kind of try and explain it as I said I would. I'll give a very quick example before I wrap this up. So if you can imagine you're seeing a market move down heavily, boom, spikes, consolidates, moves down, and it's now retracing, and you think, now's time to get in. Great. So your entry point, just for argument's sake, for whatever reason, is there. Just whatever your criteria is, cross of a moving average, anything, but that's your entry point. You then have a hard stop. And the normal way is you look at a structure area like that and you want it above it. Okay, cool. Now for me, that would be a mental stop. I will see what happens at that point, because there's a fair idea that this might actually work its way up there and retest. And so many times you get taken out of the equation just because your stop is too tight. My hard stop would be up here, well out of the noise, and I am very rarely hit a hard stop, okay, because I will kill it or I'll position out of the trade before it gets there, okay, and I've shown you that before. But you also saw me put in another position. The other position could be here, here and here, anywhere underneath that hard stop. The stop for these additional positions are identical. They're the same as that. So if I enter there, it might only have a 3 pip stop or a 4 pip stop, and it takes me out. But if I was right, and I think it's going to come all the way down here, you know, just get a blue pen, because my idea of the market is it'll take me in, and if I'm unlucky it might move all the way back up there and retest, but I might enter the market again because I think it's going to spike down and then hit target down there. That's the idea anyway. So between that entry point and that stop point, I'm quite happy to put extra orders in because I've already priced it into the trade. If that rockets off, hits target straight away, I am happy. Being paid, don't worry about it. If it moves up out of the way and I think I can add an extra with a little bit of a better price, as that is there, and what you saw me do this morning, I will put an extra trade in. And the theory behind it is this. I have entered the market again at this point. I know the market is against me, but it turns round and gets back to the break-even point. If I decide to pull the plug at that point, I've still been paid, because that little position has given me the extra. If I got it wrong and it went up to there, I was going to stop out at that point anyway. So all it's done is, yeah, it cost me a few quid, but the gain is worth the risk. Now some people will disagree with it. In fact, there's a lot of people who disagree with it, and that is fine. But that's how I trade. You know, I'll put 4 or 5 positions on to start with. I'll have a couple in the wings, and these 2 in the wings are there to use if I need to get in at a better price and pay off a potential loss. And if I get it wrong, because I haven't moved the stop and the stop's in the same place, it's just cost me a few quid. It hasn't cost, in the grand scheme of things, it hasn't cost me a lot. Now, that's a kind of a wishy-washy, and I'll do a proper video on the way that I will average in, because there's a big difference between averaging into a trade and doubling into a trade. Because if I double up there and I get it wrong, I'm in a world of hate. You know, it is going to be a pain, and I am going to be hating on the market because I'll be angry with it. I'll be, and I don't want that. But if I manage the trade, in other words, put my first set of orders in there, okay, no problem, just get rid of that. Goes against me, put the next order in there, goes against me, put my next order in there, that's it. That's the full position in, and that's the key word here, guys, full position, because when you see me put into the market, it's not full position, it's part position, because I want these in if I need to. But if them two go in, then it's at full position and at the maximum point that I want to put into the market. And then if I'm right, them two will pay off that, and if I'm super right, and I was right in the first place like I was this morning, it'll not only pay that down to break even and pay me, it'll keep on going and pay me some more. And that's all it is. It's just management. It's management of a trade. And if you get it wrong, well, you get it wrong. Simple as that. So I hope that kind of makes sense. Like I say, I'll do a video solely on that. And I'll try and make it a bit more clear. So, in summary, I've had a great day. To the trolley who was having a bit of a go this morning, didn't like the video yesterday, which is fine. Just don't watch it, my friend. You know, you don't need to send me abuse. The sun is shining. Winky's wandering around, wondering why aren't we at home yet. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So I'm going to wish you all well, and remember, guys, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.